One, two, three.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey!
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to this wonderful studio audience.
Oh, magnificent. Art This 21. 21 episodes where we're trying to explore the work that makes art work.
That's right.
That's our motto. Well, who have we got in the studio today, Stephen?
Well, with me here on this very stage here very shortly, we will have the wonderful harmonic dynamics, if you will, of the wood sheep.
The wood sheep.
The wood sheep.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Also, today we have two features from the field. One, I Have to Finish This Song by two CVM students who are excellent producers. They're going to come in and tell us a little bit about how they produce, and then we'll also watch their feature. And then something else that you produce, we're going to watch right now. Tell us.
The closest I've ever become to being viral or having a trending video in my life.
I'm glad you cleared that up after you said viral.
Building on my Commonwealth Curiosity series, I sought out the last of the Druthers restaurant chain, which was a Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio restaurant chain, and there's one left in Campbellsville, Kentucky. And me and the state-run media crew went out and we visited the very last Druthers restaurant. So Druthers, a Commonwealth Curiosity. It had 13.1 thousand plays in 1 week.
Wow.
In 1 week.
Druthers made an art out of cuisine, didn't they?
That's right.
Let's watch it.
Let's take a look.
One of my greatest memories as a kid in Kentucky is a small town favorite restaurant chain known as Druthers. Druthers was truly a unique Kentucky restaurant with some of the best television spots of the 1980s.
When I want my druthers, I can choose from all the others, but I'd rather go to Druthers Restaurant.
When I'm about to die for it, burgers are...
Sometime in the early 1990s, I started noticing these wonderful restaurants disappearing. Eventually, they were all gone and replaced with Dairy Queens. After traveling around the state filming Commonwealth Curiosities, I discovered one last Druthers still existed. So the crew and I traveled down to Campbellsville, Kentucky to visit the last Druthers in known existence.
You know, on the weekends, we get people from all over. And most of them say, you know, it's just exactly what I remember. It's just like I remember. You know, the food is what I remember. I don't know if they're lying to me, but they always come. They always come. Well, we opened up as Burger Queen. They did a name change to Druthers when we added the buffet, we added batter dip fish, we added fried chicken. They wanted to get burger out of the title. It's basically a name change only. My name is Steve McCarty. My parents opened this restaurant in on September 4th, 1970. I started working here in January of 1977 at the ripe old age of 15. So I've been here almost 39 years. The history of why we're still here, I attribute it to a lot of different things. I have a lot of good employees. I have several long-term employees, 10, 15, 20-year employees. At one time there was well over 200 Druthers. Part of them were company owned, part of them were independently owned. It is my understanding that the company was facing financial difficulties. So they decided to merge with our sellout to Dairy Queen. Most all the stores were able to convert. I think it was 12 that weren't able to convert because they were in a town that had an independently owned Druthers, such as us, and an independently owned Dairy Queen, which we had down the street at the time. Those 12 weren't able to switch. So the people at Druthers basically just came to us and said, you know, we're going to Dairy Queen, you're not able to, you can keep the name if you want, good luck to you. So we kept the name, the rest is history. We have the exact same menu. We've added a few things, but we have people call all the time, and they'll ask about the lemon turnovers. They'll ask about the battered it fish. They'll ask about the fried zucchini, fried squash. They'll ask about the fish dinners, the royal burgers. It brings back, it's a nostalgia thing for people. It is. We get people from all over. We get people from one end of the state to the other. It's just a nostalgia factor. We're one of a kind. We're definitely one of a kind. We have a really good business, a really good trade. We've been very, very blessed. A lot of hard work. I have a lot of long-term employees. I have several 20-year employees. I have several more 10, 15-year employees. You know, I learned a lot from Mom and Dad as far as how to run a business. And I've always been of the thought that the name on the sign doesn't really matter. It's the people inside, you know. And I try to treat my help right, and I expect them to treat my customers right, and they know it. And it's paid off for us.
So if you want to experience something truly unique, travel down to Campbellsville, Kentucky, and meet Steve and his wonderful staff. Have some of the best food in the state.
Chickenton is very elegant.
For food that rivals Mother's,
You can just forget the others.
I'd rather go to Druthers Restaurant. I'd rather go to Druthers Restaurant.
All right, welcome back to the show. With me on the Art This Stage at this very time are the Wood Sheep. They're going to play a few songs, and we're going to have a great interview with them to find out what a wood sheep is. But first, take it away, guys. Thank you.
Met a cute little thing, put those arms around me. I said, this is for the birds, my heart's got the best of me. Got a wildcat howling in my chest. If I turn around, baby, well, the cat's all I got left. My, I can't lie. I want you to know. Cat's got my tongue. I've been struck dumb. This is how it goes with a wildcat in your soul. Moonlight shining on your lips. Something about your bird song, baby, I lose my wits. That wildcat howling in your eyes. If you wanna make me crumble, darling, you don't even have to try. My, I can't lie. I want you to know. Cat's got my tongue. I've been struck dumb. This is how it goes with a wildcat in your soul. I your soul. With a wildcat in 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 your soul. Chilling bones, thawing out my woe. Sometimes I cry with no reason why. Oh why, oh why must I wonder while the cold brings out emotion? I'd sing if I could, but the crisp air stops the words from coming out. Why, oh why? Snow it falls from the trees, desolate are the flakes in the breeze. It makes me cry. I wish I could put them back in the sky. Why, oh why must I wonder why the cold brings out my worst emotion? I'd sing if I could, but the crisp air stops the words from coming out. Why, oh why must I wonder why the cold brings out my worst emotion? I'd sing if I could, but the crisp air stops the words from coming out. Why, oh why?
All right, welcome back to Artwork. And wonderful songs we just heard here by The Wood Sheep. And if you will you introduce yourself to our audience here today?
Sure, I'm Andrew Preston.
And I'm Austin Tackett.
So what is a wood sheep?
Well, a wood sheep, I wanted to be the wood cats because as you can see from this guitar, I love cats.
I didn't want to be the wood cats.
Austin didn't like the wood cats, so we used a band name generator online as any band
right.
would do, and it came out Sheepwood, which just sounded stupid.
Sheepwood.
Because wood sheep doesn't. And so we Googled wood sheep to see if that was already a band, and it wasn't.
It happened to be part of the Chinese zodiac calendar or something.
For 2015.
For 2015.
And so we looked it up, and the year of 2015, which is when we formed, was the year of the wood sheep, and it represented artistic creativity. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect.
Combination. Well, wonderful harmonies there, if you will. How do you go about your songwriting process? Do one of you come up with the harmonies and the other come up with the music and the lyrics, or do you just combine to try to come up with these? How do you make this stuff?
Well, it's kind of weird because Andrew and I are really different when it comes to songwriting, because he likes to focus more on the poetry and the lyrics, and I like more messing with rhythms and different kind of musical stuff. So when we come together, we kind of just say, you do this, I'll do that, and we'll see what we can come up with together.
It was really seamless because we've completed our debut record, which is called Watching Mars, and they're all original tunes, and we wrote them together. Mostly we started writing in my apartment, in my kitchen floor at like 3 in the morning over the summer, and we said, well, let's just write some songs. So we sat down and we wrote this song. It's called Time Is Still, and then after that, everything just kind of fell into place. It clicked really well, I guess, because we do different things so well. So
that's fantastic. You don't hear a lot of people doing harmonies anymore, so I think it's really neat to actually hear, your range and vocal range with the acoustic instruments. It's a wonderful sound.
Well, thanks. The harmonies came from sort of an accident, because I was about to graduate with a psychology degree, and I was going to Appalachian State for my master's degree in psychology, and then one evening, the suicide prevention group on campus asked us to play at an open mic. And Austin said, well, I'll play with you. And we hadn't really known each other. Scott Miller introduced us and said, you guys should play together because you're both really weird. and so we went to this open mic, and we did When Will I Be Loved by the Everly Brothers. And the harmonies, as soon as they started, we were like, wow, that's a good fit. And after that, I didn't graduate and decided to be a full-time musician. And
I basically ruined his collegiate career.
No more psychology?
No more psychology. We're going on tour in the summer, and we got songwriting awards, and we have an album. And
it's fantastic. It's better than psychology anyway.
It is much better than psychology.
Well, how can people find out about you and find your album and where you will be playing music?
Well, we use mostly our hub of Facebook right now, but we have our own website that Andrew designed using the help of Tumblr, out of all places. And we do a lot of stuff out of Bandcamp.
It's www.woodsheep.com. We'll link to our Bandcamp and our Facebook and CD Baby and everything else, which will have all of our music and all of our videos and teaching information if you want to book some songwriting workshops and some private lessons. And we also teach at public schools. So
Kentucky has a long history of musicians, including the Everly Brothers, who use these great harmonies. So it's great to see actually using it here in 2016. So kudos to you two.
Thank you.
Well, would you stick around and play one more song for us?
Absolutely.
Right, folks, the Wood Sheep will be right back with one more song.
Walking down an open road, going who knows where. Susie, the nicest girl I know, never has a care. She'd take off her shoes in the snow just to feel the cold between her toes. Oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, I wanna live simply, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, I wanna live simply, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, I wanna live simply, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Charlie's a good friend of mine, shines shoes for a quarter a time, walks dogs for a nickel a dime. chest just to pass the time. You'll never see his eyes on the clock, 'cause to him shining shoes is just like taking a walk. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Hank is snoozing on the parlor rug, waiting for the door. Steve the mailman's coming soon. Hank the dog is bored. He doesn't want to chase the mail today. He just wants to stay inside, sleep the day away. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, I wanna live simply, live simply. Susie walking down the open road, live simply, live simply. Charlie, the good friend of mine, live simply, live simply. Hank is snoozing on the parlor rug, live simply, live simply. Oh, I wanna live like that, live simply, live simply.
Thank you. It is great to be back. The wood sheep are fantastic. You know, this team likes to get out in the field every now and then and do features on artists in their natural habitat, but we even like it better when we can steal work from somebody else, right? And our two distinguished guests, Anna Nichols and Christina Holbert, have produced an outstanding feature, one of a series of features that they've done this year on musicians and background and backstories. Get out your crying towel, because this is a very moving feature. But talk to us a little bit about what you do when you're getting ready to shoot music. Have you got a plan? Because you're really hitting it out of the park with your work.
Well, thank you. I think the main thing that we try to do is portray their passion behind it, like why they play the music or the reasons behind it. Really just showing their art through what they do by getting like emotional shots in their faces and like during their interview really like pushing them to show us their passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this one it was more of a sensitive subject, and like so we decided that we needed to go to multiple practices first to make sure she's comfortable before we ever did an interview.
Yeah, so this is not a one-shot deal. There were many visits, many hours that went into 2.5 minutes of production. Yeah. Well, you were beginners a year ago, and now I wouldn't say you're seasoned veterans, but you're not beginners anymore. What do you wish you had known before you started?
Well, I would like to thank John Flavel. He taught us everything we know, and I guess to always be persistent, because going into it, like you'd want to give up a lot, and something will always go wrong. Mm-hmm. So just keep trying and going back and fixing it.
So if something's going wrong, you're probably on the right track.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
And always white balance.
Always white balance.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, let's watch your feature. I have to finish this song, right? Is that
Yeah.
the name of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Let's watch it.
There was times where I'd said, okay, Mom, I'll learn it. I've learned other things for her. Like I would go outside, this was when I was still living at home, and I'd practice outside so she wouldn't hear it in the house. So I could learn it in secret from her so she didn't know I was learning the song. And so I've done things like this before, but this time it's a little more special.
We started just about the time her mother went to the hospital the last time. And Samantha told me that she wanted to learn this piece for her mother. 2, 3, 4. It's Fiddle Patch. It's a hard tune to play. It was written by Dale Potter, the great fiddler. I've seen Samantha take on several challenges and always come through. She's able to make music even when it's difficult for her to do it.
Well, with this song, because I'd heard it so many times, because my mom played it all the time, I kind of knew what it sounded like, and I'm one of these people, if I know what it sounds like, I can usually kind of play it a little bit, and so I've been able to do like the first part of it, like to a degree without having Raymond help me with it, but I wasn't able to like decipher what the notes were after that. And so I could get the main melody of the very beginning of it, which was like the first 3 seconds, but that was all I could do. And then after that, it was all like, wow.
Okay, and now Jesse's coming in with a break, right?
Scott.
Scott's coming in with a break, okay. And you're coming in after Scott?
Yeah. Well, it was actually, my mother passed away on January 7th, 2016. And 30 minutes after she passed away, I looked at my boyfriend, Gabe, and I told him, now I have to finish this song. So if I got fed up after that, there wasn't really a time where I was going to say, you know what, I'm just going to quit it. I had to finish this song for my mom, because it's one she wanted to do. And I never got to play it for her. So Raymond, we've gotten frustrated together trying to figure out notes, but he has always been supportive of learning this song. For 20 seconds of the song, it normally took us 20 minutes to learn, and so it's a difficult song to play.
I think going through this process, learning to play the tune, has been wonderful for Samantha, because it's a way that she can be close to her mother.
Because you have to challenge yourself. If you don't challenge yourself in life or in anything that you do, or you could sit there and say, hey, I'm going to do something that no one else is really doing right now, and I'm going to make myself something.
Oh, how about that? They love us.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, and thank you to Anna and Christina for that great piece. The ladies are receiving next week at the Wilma Grody Symposium here at Morehead State University, which is a conference in honor of women who have accomplished much in life, in culture, and education. They are receiving an award, the Judy Rogers Writing Award, for the written piece that they did to accompany that video. So congratulations to Anna and Christina for that great work. Well, what's ahead for us, Stephen?
Well, there's 22 coming up, and we got a big one. We got a barn burner even, right, with music.
That's right. The Sweet Country Meat Boys, all the way from Lexington, Kentucky, will be here explaining a lot of things, including their name. All right, but they are here. They're coming. You're all welcome.
Yes.
Tell your friends, if you like loud music, it's the time to come.
Country meat. Maybe they should meet the wood sheep.
Who knows what could happen? Yeah, we better stop right now, because I got about 6 John Updike jokes I wanted to bring up, but I'm not going to. Well, let's get out of here, shall we? 1, 2, 3.